You may not realize it, but the Nasdaq 100 index has a distinct seasonal pattern that has favored the final 2 weeks of May over the last decade. With the AI-driven tech narrative still dominating headlines, this time of year does tend to generate a surprisingly strong statistical tailwind for the index. Let's look at the data in a little bit more detail. The chart shows you over the last 10 years, through from May 19th to June the 7th, the seasonal return has a 90% winning trade percentage, an average return of 3.4%, and the losing year had a maximum fall of 1.60%, and that was the maximum drawdown as well. So the pattern is really quite strong. The cumulative profit have shown a consistent rise over this period, just reflecting that broad tech optimism that tends to be around even heading into the summer months. And this may surprise some investors who may associate May with the old market adage, sell in May and go away. But for Nasdaq, this part of the calendar tends to be an exception to that rule, certainly over the last 10 years. If you extend the pattern out to 15 years, you can see that it's not as strong over 15 years as it has been in the last 10, and similarly in the last 25 years. So it really is in the last decade where that trend has been more pronounced. Now, technically, we can see that these rising windows have provided support over the last few weeks. And if the index can hold above the 100 and 200 exponential moving average in that sort of 19,600, 19,800 support zone, then we could see, the Nasdaq sort of support propelled potentially towards new highs. There's a potential sort of, wonky looking head and shoulders pattern here with a left shoulder, kind of right shoulder, a neckline. It's not, perfect in the way that it looks by any means, but this is a very key support area that technical traders will be keeping an eye on. Trade risks, the main outlooks to this risk, of course, is the seasonal trend relies heavily on strong sentiment, a supportive macro backdrop, and any major tech earnings disappointing or renewed inflation shocks or a broader market correction could derail this expected pattern. Remember, don't just trade it, Seasonax it. Sign up here at Seasonax. We can get literally thousands more seasonal insights on different indices, tech stocks, ETFs, and you can use Seasonax's award-winning seasonal analytics to dive in to the data to get the most out of it.